going on is actually a form of eczema called atopic dermatitis. So, atopic dermatitis is kind of a sensitive skin issue or a dry skin issue. It is more common in kids than it is in adults, but we're seeing it more commonly in adults now too. And it's basically where your skin isn't able to hang on to the moisture that it needs, so it dries out and gets more itchy. And then things that we come in contact with that have a lot of perfume, fragrances, preservatives, dyes, aggravate that dry, itchy skin and rev up the rash and make it worse. Okay?
So I know Mom is really careful about the kind of body wash and shampoos
I'm just gonna scratch your head, okay?
they use.
So all those things are great. Some of this is genetic, so it runs in families. So we know that if mom and dad struggled with eczema, then kids are more likely to struggle with it as well. But it's also influenced by weather. So when the weather changes and it gets a little colder and drier, the skin dries out a little bit more, and we see this more commonly. And actually when we go through weather changes like we're doing right now, even though it's not super cold, not compared to what we were in like January and February, it's the change in weather and that fluctuation that makes a huge difference.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'll look at that underneath the microscope. So when it comes to this dry skin and to the sensitivity, there are some things that we just can't control. So it runs in families, so we can't change genetics. It changes with the weather. So as temperature, heat, humidity fluctuate, this fluctuates. But your bathing routine, how you wash and what you wash with make a huge impact on this. In fact, it is the most important thing. So to get this under control, I want to make sure that we're doing the right things when we're bathing. So to me, it doesn't matter if you do a shower or a bath. Either one is fine, but the temperature of the water matters. Hot water makes this worse, okay? So we want to turn the temperature down. So it can't steam up the shower, can't fog up the mirror. It needs to be lukewarm, okay? I actually want you to stay in the water for a good 10 or 15 minutes. I want to let the skin absorb it. I want you to get a little pruny on your fingers. You use your soap at the very end of the shower or bath, not right when you get in, because soapy water will dry it out, but regular water is fine. When you use soap, I want unscented, fragrance-free soaps like Dove or Oil of Olay. I don't want anything antibacterial, so no Dial or Zest or Coast, and no bubble baths, please, okay? When you use your soap, use it where you sweat or where you get dirty. So armpits, groin, hands, feet, that's where I want your soap and water. Rinse off really, really well. Pat the skin dry. Don't rub, because friction is just like scratching. It's going to make your skin drier and itchier. And then you need to put on a moisturizing cream every time you get out of the shower or bath. And I want you to bathe every day, which means I want you to moisturize every day. And I want the stuff in the jar. Cetaphil, CeraVe, Vanicream, the really thick moisturizers that really help hydrate that skin, okay? That is a daily routine to keep this feeling good and get it under control. What works great for kids is something called soak and smear. So what I like to do in kids, especially in the beginning to get this under control, is we're gonna add a little prescription cortisone and we're gonna add a little Vaseline into the routine. So you do your bathing routine, you rinse off really well, you pat dry. You're gonna use a little bit of prescription cortisone that's gonna be in an oil base that you rub right on those areas that are dry and itchy, and then you moisturize the whole skin with the cream, and then you moisturize the whole skin with a little bit of Vaseline right on top, and then you put pajamas on, okay? And I want the long sleeve pajamas, the one that goes down to your ankles and the one that goes down to your arms, okay?
Listen to that. He
I'll
just
have
wants
this right
to
now for
sleep
you.
in his underwear.
Nope, can't do it right now, okay? The pajamas, you wear them all night, take them off, do not wash them. You're gonna use them the next night, and you're gonna use them 3 nights in a row. So you're gonna build up a little Vaseline residue in the pajamas, which means they are gonna moisturize your skin all night long, and you'll wake up feeling a lot less dry and a lot less itchy, okay? Then you can wash them, and then you do it again. It will build a residue in the pajamas. It might ruin the pajamas, but you won't have dry, itchy skin anymore, and you'll be sleeping better and you'll feel better. Okay? When you wash your hands, cold water, not hot water, please. Hot water dries them out, and then every time you wash your hands, you gotta moisturize them.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but that's how we get this under control.
Okay,
And then
good.
keep it there.
Yeah.
Okay?
So it's been
And I'll have
pretty
all of that
miserable
written
for
down
him.
for you step by step.
Okay, good. I've been recording you for Mom, but
I
just
figured I
wanted
saw
to-
the light was on.
Yeah, I just